All right, so I've made like 5 or 6 of these episodes um, in the last few months, few weeks, but every single one that I make just doesn't resonate. It's full of good information, some funny jokes. In all seriousness, it's just I didn't feel that they were good fits, and I've covered a wide range of topics, but I like to make things that um, resonate with. Uh, they're like evergreen. Like if you listen to them now, it's just as important and informative and inspiring as it's going to be 6 months from now. It's very hard to do, and I don't think all my episodes do that. But this one I really wanted to make, and I'm going to publish it. But I really wanted to make it because it has to do with something that's incredibly important and very integral to my career as a filmmaker and as a producer. Is that in the time that in the last like 8 months that I've not 8 months, yeah, 8 or 9 months that I've really hit the overdrive button as much as I possibly can with making short films and all the short films that I want to make in the future. One of the biggest things that drives me bonkers is casting. I love the process, I really do, but finding actors in Orlando. Now, some people make fun of me that I know. They're like, "Oh, it's not hard to find actors." Well, you're not a filmmaker. You probably run into someone that goes, "Oh, I'm an actor," and they don't go to class, they don't make videos, they don't audition, they just want to be an actor, but they really don't do anything. I'm not mocking them or bashing them. It's just some people just talk, and a lot of the ones that love to criticize, they don't do anything. They just talk. Especially ones that are like, "Oh, Nick, it's acting. Finding actors is easy." No, it's not. Most people are SAG, which is fine and dandy, but they're mostly SAG because that's what gets work. When you're SAG, you get the commercials, whatever, music videos, and there's a minimal fee. Like, not to say that that's all you're going to get, but that's the minimum you can pay these people to be in your stuff. Laura Stepman, a good friend of mine that's always in my movies. She's SAG. So it's like if I have 4 of them in a movie, 4 people doesn't seem like a lot, but when you have each one being SAG and each one having like $100, $150, $200 fee, that's your whole budget. You won't have anything left for location, like if you rent an Airbnb, or you won't have anything left for makeup or costume or buying food. When you have a $500 budget and you have 4 people, like you either have to scrape off some characters and just give all the lines to the other couple or the other couple actors, or figure out a way to get a couple more $100 or a few more $100. So it's just like it's a dance. It really is a dance. But that's not even my biggest issue. I've been using Backstage um, quite a bit. I used to use Instagram. I used to hashtag Orlando actor or whatever, and I would just find people. But a lot of people got into acting during lockdowns. There's a lot of old profiles on Backstage. There's a lot of old accounts on Instagram where people got into got into acting during lockdowns, did a few things, got a few headshots. Some didn't even do that. They just, it was messing around. And then lockdowns ended, and now you have a profile that's old as hell. And um, that's one of the episodes that I made was about this, about how like the ones that are even slightly active have links to like IMDb, to their YouTube, to their website, to their X, formerly Twitter. Hell, even their Twitter account because they didn't update, so it still says Twitter. And the links are defective. They don't go anything. They deleted their accounts or they put in the links wrong. So it's just like a lot of them don't even have Instagram. So they're on LinkedIn, but you can't send them a message unless you sign in. And then I think the last time I was on LinkedIn, you couldn't even send people a message unless you subscribe. So it's just like, in addition to that, a lot of the SAG actors, like you have to go through their agents, and that's such a pain in the ass. I totally get it, but it's like I've approached quite a few agents that were just ugh. Like there's stuff that they wanted, and I gave that information to the budget, the script, whatever. give everything that they needed, and they were still just like, yeah, well, I don't know. Like they just made life miserable. Like, oh, because I'm not a studio, because I'm not Spielberg, because I'm not whatever, I can't be taken seriously. I won't be taken seriously. So I was like, okay, I'm running into all these problems with casting, and I love casting. I love filmmaking, but production side is just such a pain in the ass because everything that can go wrong and will go wrong, you have to come up with ways to keep the process going as opposed to I give up, it's too hard, which is another one of the topics I covered in an episode I haven't published or released, whatever. But I decided, you know what? I'm not going to make a talent agency because you need to be licensed for that. Especially if you manage one person, you don't need to be. I think it's a manager. If you're a manager of like one person, it's fine. But it's why a lot of like parents manage their kids because they don't have to be licensed to be that a manager or an agent or whatever. But if you're managing multiple actors, you have to be licensed for that. And that gets very pricey. So I'm not starting a talent agency. I am starting a group to make this so effortless and so easy to be involved in more productions that pay. Is it going to pay your rent, your car, your groceries, your healthcare? No, maybe not. If you do enough of them, maybe. But this casting is mainly, I want to stress that, mainly for Kingdom Horror Productions. My movies. If you want to work with me and you want to be in my horror movies, this is the way to do it. I want to be very clear so no one gets the misunderstanding, miscommunication as to what Kingdom Horror casting is. I'm still going to work on a website. I was going to do that, but I don't have the means to do that right now because that's a very technical aspect. I don't have the time to put into making that. It'd essentially be like the horror Facebook, if you will. But to get to that point, I started an Instagram account that is called Kingdom Horror Casting. You will see it. It's a black picture with a skull on top. It says Kingdom Horror Casting underneath it, and the T for casting is like a steak. Can't miss it. It's not red. It's basically black and white or black and gray, if you will. Look it up. The bio is as simple as I can make it because I was basically limited to 150 characters, but it begins with, this is not a talent agency. I will not rep you. I cannot manage you. What Kingdom Horror Casting is the opportunity to make life easy for you and me. And this is how. What you do, and one of the first pictures I posted, posts I posted, is kind of a how-to. It's a two-step process, or technically three, but it's a post one, post two. So send that account your headshot, which is post one. So the very first post on every single, I guess post? I say post a lot. Basically, every post that you're going to see on Kingdom Horror Casting is going to have a headshot of an actor. Not just actors. It's for cast and it's for crew. If you are really good with, being a grip, an AD, a DP, if you're a director, if you're an editor, visual effects, makeup, all of it. I don't care if you're the guy that runs lattes. That's important because energy goes down during a long, long day. People need their espressos, including me. So this is for cast and this is for crew. So you don't have to have a headshot as a crew member. You could just have a, picture of yourself on set. I don't care. Just a picture of you that's recent and not from 20 years ago when you graduated high school. But the first picture is going to be the shot of you. So I know what you look like. The second post of each post, like when you swipe left and there's another picture, is going to be whatever your name, preferably. You could go by your stage, but to get to know you, I want to know your legal name, right? If you go by Killer Umbrella Man, I want to know what the hell your real name is. I'm not going to call you Killer Umbrella Man. That sounds like a slasher, doesn't it? You can use that royalty free. I don't care. But Just thought of that off the top of my head. It'll have like location. Let me go to the Instagram. Actually, that would help me tremendously to keep on track. To figure out what I'm doing here. You know, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Okay. So, sorry, I'm going to the Kingdom Forecasting. So this is what I hate about Instagram. You tell people, hey, I made a new account, go follow it. People like the post that you made, but they don't actually go follow the page. Lazy! You are all lazy! Get off your ass and go do stuff. Stop liking and scrolling. You're lazy. I see that a lot, even with really successful companies that, that I follow that sell candles or whatever. Like, they'll be like, oh, guys, I have a new page. And out of their 50,000 following, like maybe 200 follow the next page, if they're lucky. It's just like, people are just so lazy. So yeah, the second post that I have on the Kingdom Forecasting Instagram is, it says post 1. It says send us, post 1, your headshot must be recent. That's post 1. Or your body shot, whatever. Like, if you're a crew and you're sitting next to a director, it has to have your face in it. Okay, you can't be turned to talking to the director and we see like the back of your head. I'm not going to be working with the back of your head. Post 2 is your resume. You don't have to put important information on there, like your email, your phone number, your address, because this is on Instagram. It's public info. So if you want to edit that a bit or black it out or whatever, that's fine. Because if I want to audition you or interview you or meet with you, I'm going to ask for that anyway, so I know if you're local or whatever. That's part of the process. Your name, your age range, and again, most of this is for the cast. It's not for the crew. So I'm not going to ask your age range if you're, my AD. Obviously, that'd be weird. So your name, your age range, your location. That's muy importante. So many people are like in Davenport or Cocoa Beach. It's like, if you have to drive an hour and a half to the set, you're probably not going to be reliable. Sorry, but you're not. You may be super ambitious, but if you're local, 20 minutes away, you're going to be there. 90 minutes, you'll probably come up with an excuse like, oh, my dog has to go to the vet. Can't work with that. Stuff happens, but I can't work with that. I need to know that you'll be on set so we can keep the movie going and not have to postpone it or cancel it or just scrap it, because that sucks. So your name, your age range, your location, union or non-union. That's very important. Very important. You have to tell me if you're union or non-union. And previous work, if you haven't, if you've never been in or worked on a short film or feature film or music video or commercial or whatever, I don't care. Everyone starts from something, right? If you have a hell of a lot of work and you've been on award-winning shows and movies, and great, but don't expect a fat paycheck and a big catering table with barbecue and caviar. You're not going to get it. This is a independent studio that makes independent short films. Please do keep that in mind. Yeah, then at the very bottom. Oh yeah, then your availability. I have to know when you're available. So if you are completely booked September, I have to know that, because some months I shoot a lot, and then I'm kind of cooking again. I'm seeing what I have, what I can work with, where I can work it. Like, okay, I have this. I'm going to shoot in October, so I'm going to start doing all my stuff in August, September, maybe sooner. And I have to know, okay, are you available for X amount of days, for X amount of whatever? I have to know that, of course. This is common sense. So post 2 is resume, name, age range, location, union, non-union, previous work, if any, and availability. So every post on Kingdom Forecasting will be the headshot / if you're just a crew and you have a picture of yourself working on set, whatever. Doesn't even have to be on set. You could be at the beach. I just have to see your face. I mean, I prefer not to have a beach shot. Let's be professional here. Somewhat professional. And then post 2 is all your stuff. What you've done, who you are, yada, yada, yada. So that way, whenever I have a production that I want, I can either have a open casting call, and whoever's on that page or whoever's not on that page can show up an audition. Or if I'm like, okay, this guy looks like what I need on camera, is the age range I need, is local, done a few things. I want him. Like, I'll either cast you on the spot. I've done it before. I'm pretty used to it. Or I'll audition you. Some people I've given more than one role based on one audition if they blow me away. I'm like, oh my god, I have literally three roles of three films I want you to be in. Like, you have it. Not to promise that. I'm just saying some people have really blown me away with their acting chops, with their talent, and I've just been like, okay, you've got it. So that's what Kingdom Horror Casting is. Kingdom Horror Casting is not promising or guaranteeing anything. It's just so cast and crew that are available in this area or in or around Orlando can tell me that, okay, I want to work on horror movies. And then when I'm at that stage where I'm ready to cast and bring people on board, I can go to my page, look at people, and find people that I can just pluck right out of that page and go, okay, got you. I'll email you, I'll text you, I'll do something, but I'll contact you. So contact info is crucial. If you don't want that information on the second post about you, at least message me with it. So I can go back to the message and go, okay, I'm going to text you. I'm going to email you. I'm going to contact you. And that's all Kingdom Horror Casting is. It's just me finding people, because besides Facebook or improv groups or Backstage or Discord, like I'm not going to subscribe to 20 different freaking websites just to find a few people every few months. Stupid. It's stupid. Right? And a lot of Backstage is like old accounts. Like I was saying, it's a pain in the ass. I've messaged a few people that like read my messages and then like never responded. So that's a thing too. That's professional. But where they just bowed out and they're just like, no, I don't want to do it. It's like, okay, fine. So and to prevent that, I am going to start doing like NDAs and actor agreements, crew agreements, stuff like that. So these things don't happen. If you're professional and you're serious, you will be there. Because we'll negotiate a fee or whatever it needs to be. Like, the conversations that need to be had beforehand will be had. So that you are going to be in this movie, you're going to be in whatever project, and there's no backing out. I'm not going to say, hey, it's August, I need you next March. Like, it'll be within a month or two. Like, you need to carve out these dates because this is when this location is for us. And we can't miss that window, So if you miss that window or you can't do it, or, if you die, that's one thing, God forbid. But it's just like, if you miss it or you don't want to do it, okay, we have a problem because we're contracted to be there. Because a lot of this, I promise, I'm ambitious. It doesn't really add up to much. It doesn't. Like, a lot of people just call out or they just disappear. It's like, nah, we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. We're going to do what the industries do, or the industry professionals do, to make it a lot easier for all of us. But that's it. So, again, go to Instagram, go to Kingdom Horror Casting. You can't miss it. It says Kingdom Horror Casting. Casting has a long T. It looks like a steak. Send me the info that's posted. You can't miss it. You don't have to memorize this. I have it posted. And then just send that to me. And I'll tell you, things that you may need to change or add. Before I post it, I'll walk you through it, depending on how much I get from people. I'll be like, okay, you need to add this, or I'll ask questions about it. I'll be like, oh, have you done this? Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, we will communicate. I will be like, oh, that's neat. Like, you'd be great on my set. I could totally use you. Or I may not say much, and I may just take what you give me and post it because of your, with your permission. So that's what it is, as simple as I can make it. So everything I do isn't on my official Nick Noir Instagram because that's just getting so cramped with everything I do. It's ridiculous. I mean, my Gothic store, the Gothic Coffin, Gothic with a K, with Kingdom Horror, with just everything I'm doing, it's getting really, really visually clustered. And it's like, okay, I need to separate this. So I make Kingdom Horror Casting its own thing. But if you have any questions, feel free to, if it's about Kingdom Horror Casting, reach out to Kingdom Horror Casting. Do not reach out to me on official Nick Noir. If it's about casting or films or productions, please reach out to Kingdom Horror Casting. If it's about anything other than movies, reach out to official Nick Noir. And that's it, guys. That's all I have to say. Thank you for listening. let's work on some spooky films together.